Welcome to Ruckosaurus Rex, the channel where we review and discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. What is going on? I hope you guys are doing well. We're back with another Haolonggood goodie. Another Howling goodie. We'll go with that. All right. And definitely another goodie. We have a Hadrosaurid. And I'm wondering if we're going to get a few in a row. And what would be cool if we got a few in a row is because this is a Saurolophus or Saurolophus, however you want to pronounce it. And chances are I'll be saying it both ways throughout the course of the review. You know how I do. Anyway, Saurolophus, the reason I say if Haolonggood goes consecutive with the same family, if you will, and we get these types of hadrosaurids, what would be great if we got also in a row Pro-Saurolophus, and then of course the most famous out of anything named Saurolophus would be Parasaurolophus, you know, and that would be cool if we got those figs from, or those models from Haolonggood. Anyway, let's go with what we have right now. And that would be Saurolophus. And you see, as always with Haolonggood, it comes in two different variations. And I believe I got, I forget a lot of times because from the time I order, I usually like both and I always choose one. I'm going to just go on a limb and say I chose the greenish one. The one in the rear there, because I think it's more grabby. You know, the brown is cool, but I think the darker color stands out more. And we'll see. I might be wrong altogether, and when I open it up, it'll be the brown one. So who knows? Anyway, as always with the top, we have different species. Haolonggood for a time was giving us species, you know, that were like related to the subject figure or subject model, excuse me. But seems they've gone back to whatever. We've got ceratopsians, some hadrosaurids, and we've got theropods there. So I guess, you know, they do what they want. Then when we flip it to the other side, we have the same artwork that we had before. In fact, it is the exact same because I was almost thinking it was going to be flipped around and the darker colored one would be at the forefront. Shows what I know. And here we have our Saurolophus out of the packaging, looking nice. And, yep, I did get the darker colored one. And I'd said green. Only thing green really is the crest going down the skull. And we'll check that out momentarily. This is more of a bluish gray, grayish blue. With the base is definitely a cream color. And then we've got the grayish blue oversprayed on top of it, and it's basically like that throughout the model. We've got let's take a measurement real quick while we've got him on his base. It's looking like our Saurolophus is measuring at 9 inches, and that calculates to 26 and a quarter feet long. And if that's the case, then this represents, there were two species of Saurolophus. See, I just did it twice there. I just hit it both times, that we know of. And we've got one from Alberta, Canada, and that was the smaller of the two species. That one grew up to about 27 feet, so that's definitely the species that this model represents. The other one was in Mongolia somewhere, in China basically, and that was the big dog. That one got up to 43 feet long. That is Edmontosaurus territory. And just like Edmontosaurus, that size Edmontosaurus coexisted with Tyrannosaurus Rex. They were about the same size. And don't get it twisted. These hadrosaurs, they look like they're just defenseless, but a lot of times they're large enough to give predators a hard time, especially since the top dog predators were usually around the same size as they were. So Tyrannosaurus Rex, Edmontosaurus, that makes sense. And the Saurolophus in Asia, like I said, 43 feet. Who do you think was its neighbor? Tarbosaurus. And unfortunately for the Tarbo, that made it worse for it, because the unlike Edmontosaurus, that was around the same size as T-Rex. At least I think it was. I sometimes get them confused. There were hadrosaurs that grew a little bit larger than Edmontosaurus. I want to believe that, or that could have been the biggest one. But needless to say, it rivaled the Tyrannosaurus Rex in size, and the Saurolophus, the Asian version, surpassed the Tarbo, which is technically the Asian equivalent of a Tyrannosaurus. So, you got that. So that's pretty wild right there. Just talking about that, I spent over 3 minutes. So let's get this underway quickly, so I'm not keeping you guys too long. And speaking of that, if you guys would do me the pleasure of hanging out until the end of the video or close to it, believe it or not, view time is every bit as important, if not more so, than views themselves. And I would love for you guys to help me out. Hopefully I won't drone on or be boring, so you guys, hopefully I can keep you captivated and you stay to the end. Anyway, the fact that you're here, I appreciate that in and of itself. Enough of the selling. Let's talk about our model here. Getting it close up as I take it off the stand, and so give us a basic look at the skull there. First we'll go profile. Very nice. As always, Haolonggood, they don't play when it comes to their herbivores, for real. They really don't. Looking at the front view, it's pretty cool right there. We've got that crest. And by the way, the name Saurolophus, the name is I believe the name is straight up crest lizard, if I'm not mistaken. So I wonder what Saurolophus, I would assume that stands for pre or pro or before, something like that. And para, you know what that is. Anyway, looking at this guy, let's concentrate on him. He's starting to get jealous. The eyes, yellow, black pupil. The different colors are great. Like I said, on that crest going down the snout, we've got greens, like greenish blue. Then it kind of grays out, greenish gray, and we get all the way, when we get to the tip, it's like a blue-green, and very nice. We've got brown on that snout there, right there, the beak, if you want to call it that. Then we're cream-colored, and then we got, like I stated earlier, the base of the model is painted in like a cream color, and then we've got this bluish gray. As I look at it, it's definitely, there's some blue. I see blue tinting in there, definitely. And then, of course, we've got the dark stripes, black stripes there, and that black is along the scutes right there at the spine. As you look at it right there, you could see some of the detail of those scutes, looking very nice. Forelimbs, got the gray and the black spots. The rear of the leg is the cream color, and the toes, the claws are black. The rear, the hind limb, same deal with the gray, and then we've got the the cream color there. We've got some nice wrinklage as the right leg is stepping forward there. Very, very nice. The tail, see what we're going on there with the striping, the tapers. And then we get to the very tip. We've got that solid bluish, black, grayish, whatever. Turning around just so we can go to the other side there. Look at the left hind limb pushing off. You can see there the toes, a couple of them lifting off the ground. And then we've got the skin there, very, very nice. The left forelimb stepping forward. Once again, the hooves, if you will, the claws, the toes, painted black. And then coming down to the other side, we get to see that skull again. And yes, that's very nice. I'm going to see, hopefully you'll stand this way. You don't want to, do you? Ah, gotcha. Got him to stand. And now we've got him focused in. I failed to mention the when it existed. I told you where and the sizes. It lived about 70 to 66 million years ago. So yeah, it was right there at the end of the Cretaceous. And I think I'm going to start my comparisons with the 135 scale humans and then move on to fellow dinos. Just a choice, nothing really specific. I don't know if doing it this way will make showing the differences with the other species more impactful or not. But it's, you know, whether I show the human at the beginning or at the end, as long as I show him. And for those comparisons, we'll kick it off with another beautifully crested hadrosaurid. We have the Haolonggood going on right there, and the Haolonggood is probably a little bit bigger, and they're close to the same size as far as length goes. Next up, we have the Maiasaura and youngling. No crest, I know, understood, but this was of similar size, so I wanted to show that comparison. And for our final hadrosaur comparison, we're back to the crests, and we have the aforementioned Edmontosaurus, the Haolonggood version of that species, and this one represents the smaller species of Edmontosaurus. PNSO has got a model of the larger version, and you knew we had to throw in the existent predator at that time. We have got the Albertosaurus, and the Saurolophus does not look too happy about that. My final thoughts on the Haolonggood Saurolophus. Very beautiful model. Comes in two different colors. I, of course, opted for the darker one, and the lighter one, the more brown one, is it's equally as nice. It's just a preference. So, you know, obviously subjective. This model represents the smaller Canadian species, coming in at 9 inches, representing 26. And it's still very nice. The crest is beautiful. The pose is banging to me. It's very lively. And if you want to display it, showing it's being chased by an Albertosaurus like I did, it works out perfectly because the Albertosaurus, PNSO's Albertosaurus, is in a running, attacking pose for real. So they work great together. As far as this model goes, I mean, what more can I say? Haolonggood has done it again when it comes to their herbivores, in this instance, a hadrosaur. And I love it. Let me know what you guys think below. And if you do like this model, what color variation would you prefer? Once again, in the comment section below, let me know. And, you know, while you're down there, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. When we get some more product to review we shall. And I hope you guys will be here for the ride. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Saurolophus by Haolonggood, this is Rockosaurus Rex. Take care.